Okay, good morning, all of you. My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Everybody? Yeah. Today we'll start the multidimensional arrays. We discussed in the last class. There is a two-dimensional arrays. Means that the matrices. So row and column will specify. Based on that, we are going to retrieve the element. Whatever data is stored in a matrix fashion, and we can easily retrieve that element. We can manipulate that data by operation, either addition or subtraction or logical operation or whatever. We are doing that. But if you want to store more than two-dimensional, that we call it as a multi-dimensional array. In that matrix, what we have is two dimensionals are represented as a row and column, but third dimensional is represented as a page number. That is the difference between two-dimensional array and three-dimensional array, or called as a multi-dimensional array. More than that, we call it as a multi-dimensional array. Now we can see the diagram. It shows that uh, there is a row and column as usual. You can see this one, we call it as a two-dimensional array only. One is you can see 1 comma 1, meaning is first row first column element, and 1 comma 2 first row second column. Like that, we can easily represent the two-dimensional array. But once if you go for multi-dimensional array, one more dimension is going to be added there by representing as a comma 1. So let it be, if it is 1 comma 1 comma 1, means that if the same matrix, I can represent 1 comma 1 comma 1. So this is a three-dimensional array, meaning is first row, first column in the first page. Suppose the next page, if you want to add one more page like this, in the same data, 3 by 3 matrix or 4 by 4 matrix information or whatever information, that what you will write is, suppose I want to retrieve the second row, second column, or second row, third column, something like that. What we can do is, suppose second row and then third column in the second page to represent the page number, again second page. Like that, we can easily add that numbers by representing as a third dimensional. So now we can see this page. What we are doing is, the index we can represent 1 comma 1 comma 1. So meaning of that is first row first column in the first page. So whatever elements you want to retrieve, suppose this portion of the element, we can identify easily third row, third column of first page, or fourth row, fourth column of first page, or fourth row, third column of first page. This third dimensional, whatever we are representing, one or two or three or anything, that means one means first page. You can see this matrix, all the third dimensional, it's showing as a two, means second page. In this, we can show as a 3. It is a third page. Like that, we can easily represent the name of that particular page number. So based on that, we can easily identify the data is in the which page. So in that case, we can easily identify the page numbers. So now we can see the data. As per, so it is disturbing, many people are joining continuously. So I will log this meeting at 9:10. Then further it will not allow you to join. Now we can see A is equal to 1, 2, 3 first row, 4, 5, 6 second row, 7, 8, 9 is a third row. So in that case, what will happen is we will get it as A matrix is like this. Now in A itself, this I call it as a first page. We have some information in a first page. Now I am going to add the A matrix itself in the second page. So we'll get the second page. Now the thing is, we are going to add the second page. In that case, you can see the syntax is like this. As usual syntax, forget about whether it is a multi-dimensional or whatever it may be. It is a very simple logic. You in the third dimensional, you can add the page number. Remaining syntax is exactly same as the two-dimensional array only. Now we can see first row. Here they represented as a colon. What is meaning of colon? Anybody? If the syntax is start colon, comma, colon means all rows, all columns in the second page. This is the meaning of colon, colon 2 means first row is a colon, means the element dimension is a row, then next dimension is a column, then third dimension is nothing but a what you call it as a page number. So that is the reason we can easily say that there is a all rows, all columns in the second page. So in that fashion, we can easily identify the we are entering the data into the second page. So all rows, all columns of second page, we can use that manner. And now you can see after entering that, if you type A, you can see this. So A is a first page is this data and second page is this data after entering. Now, if I enter A, what is happening? It is showing the first page of data and second page of data continuously. How many pages are there? That many pages we can easily get the data. So if you want to add the third page or fourth page also, we can able to add that. So that is the way we can easily retrieve the information. Now we can see there is another inbuilt function is there, cat function. So the cat function can be useful tool for building the multi-dimensional array. So like what we discussed here, simply that many rows and that many columns, second page, or you want to add third page. So how to add the third page from this? Anybody syntax to write the third page? A of what you can write is colon, comma, colon, comma, third. If you write this, that is equal to whatever data you want to pass, simply we can enter the data like this. So suppose it is a 4, 5, 6. This is the, let assume that semicolon first row and 1 2 3 maybe second row semicolon and third row some 10 or 9 or 4, this may be third row. So now what will happen, this is going to be transferred to the third page. So in that case we can add the third page as well. Now once if you type the A, you will get it as a of colon, comma, colon, 3, whatever data you entered, that will be displayed. So in this fashion, we can easily identify the third page as well. Now, there is another possible option as a cat function. So that will be build the multi-dimensional array as well. Suppose in three-dimensional array, B we want to make another matrix with the third page of A, or you can say that I want to create one B matrix. Whatever A elements are there, you are assigning to B. For that, the simple syntax you can see here in the last line. B, I'm going to give the new matrix or A data is assigning to B. In that case, cat is a one function. Third means this third page you are going to add, and A, comma, third page information is this one. So already A consisting of a two pages. Now we are going to add to B third page as well. So now for that reason, third page information is giving 321 and 098537 is a third page information. And if I type that, you will get the result. You can see B is if whatever value is available in A, that completely will transfer to B up to two pages only available there. That's why the two pages as such it will be there. And third page information we are assigning again in the B first row, all rows, all columns in the third page. Whatever data you are entering here, same data is going to be displayed. So this is the way we can able to get the using cat command. So using cat command, we can able to create. Suppose in the B already having 1, 2, 3 pages. Now I want to add fourth page with all zero values. In that case, no need to put all the zeros 0, 0, 0, 1 row and then another three zeros for second row like that. It is not required because all data are same. That is the reason what we'll do is b of colon comma colon 4 that is equal to 0. So in that case, you will get it as a all fourth page values are 0. Now if I type B, it will display all the 4 pages information. What is the 4 pages information? First page information B of colon comma 1, that data will be there, and second page information B of colon comma 2, like that it will get all the 4 pages. Now we can see fourth page, if I enter all zeros, in that case, we will get fourth page, it will be only zeros. This is the first page, second page, third page, as such what we have already. And only we added here is a fourth page. That's why we'll get it as a fourth page information. It's like this. Now, we can see here, for example, any element you want to retrieve it. So, how to retrieve the element? So, if I type A, simply whatever data is available. Now, let's consider only 2 pages information is available. For that, what we can do is first page, second page data is there. Now, I want to retrieve the information only for this portion. Let us assume that. Now, tell me anyone what I have to write to get answer is 14, 15, 17, 18. Anybody? Anyone can answer this? I want to now A is consisting of 2 page information. In page 1, some data is there. Page 2, some other data is there. But I want to retrieve the data only this portion. For other purpose or maybe my calculation purpose, I want to retrieve 14, 15, 17, 18. Then how will you get that values? Anybody can answer? Anybody? Now the see how we can able to get the information. So A matrix is having the data, let it be A of, then in the data 14, 15, 17, 18, it is in the second row and third row. So second row to third row, then we can able to make second row means second colon 3 means 2 to 3, that will be as a second row to third row. Then column wise you can see which column we can able to second column and third column. So therefore 2 to 3 comma, then what we can write is here A of, this is A of 2 colon 3, that is row wise, then comma column side what 2 colon 3. This is a column side also mentioned, but it is in which page? It is a second page. So that's why we can write like this. This is your answer. A of 2 colon 3 comma 2 colon 3 comma 2. So that means second row to third row of third row and second row to third column in a second page. So therefore, you will get whatever information you want. So that is the way we can easily get the data. Suppose I want only this portion, let us assume that 258. Now tell me anybody, what is the answer here? Our answer must be 258. Then how can I write A of, this is the A consist, in that the row we have to add. So what are the rows? 2, 5, 8, it is all 3 rows. Then you make it as all rows, comma. Columns are what? Rows are all rows, and the column is second column, then comma. In which page it is? First page. This is your answer. A of colon, comma, 2, comma, 1. That will give the 258 is your answer. So like that, we can easily retrieve the elements. Now, for example, you can see here A of colon, comma, 1, 3, comma, colon. So then what is the meaning of this? Means all rows, but columns I want only first column and third column, but all pages. So in A consisting of 2 pages, so all the 2 pages is displayed, but all rows also displayed. Only columns they ask first column and third column. So second column is missed. That's the way we can able to retrieve the information. So now we can see some examples also I shown you. D is equal to A of 2 colon 3 comma colon comma colon. Meaning is second row to third row means 2 rows, second row and third row, all columns and all pages. So this is your answer. So like that, we can easily retrieve the information by making the colon operation or numbering row number and then column number. We can easily identify your answer. Now, so that is the way we can able to retrieve the information with different page number. Also, manipulating array, suppose reshape. So you can use the reshape to arrange the different numbers. Suppose 3 rows, 4 columns are there, or 3 rows, 2 columns are there. I can convert that into 2 rows into 3 columns, or as you like, whatever you want to arrange in that numbering, we can able to change that. Now let you can see, for example, A consisting of this is the data in a first page. Let us assume that A is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the first row, then 9, 0, 6, 3, 7 second row, and similarly there is a third row as well. So now A consisting of what is the A? Here all rows, all columns, comma, first page, that is equal to this is the data. So whatever we are representing, this is the A. And means first page. Second page data also mentioned like this. This is the second page data. And then now A is having 2 pages. In each page, how many rows are there? 3 rows are there. And how many columns are there? 5 columns are there. So 3 cross 5 is your A matrix for each page. First page, second page, and so on. Now what I want to do is, I want to convert into B matrix with the arrangement of 6 cross 5. So now we can observe that sixth A of 6 comma 5. So you have to reshape the elements in this fashion. Now we can observe that A in a first page is this one, B first page is this one. If I enter this data or I'm assigning second page, and we have first page as well as second page. By getting first page and second page, now I am assigning this data to be with different dimensions. So what are the different dimensions? You can see reshape of six 6 rows, 5 columns. You can see that 6, 5 means 6 rows and 5 columns. We are going to arrange. Now you can see how to arrange that. As per in the 2-dimensional array as well, I mentioned that the numbering order is always in the column wise. So this is the one, second element, third element, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. You continuously you count this way. If first page is over, then go for second page count as well in the CM sequence. This is a 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. No, this is a 15. This number. then this number will be 16th number, 17, 18, 19, 20, like that. You can count this and arrange here in the 6 rows and 5 columns. Now we can see what is the first row is, I mean, column wise, you can enter the data 198. You can see that this one 198. Then what is second row I have to add? This is the second row, like that. Then we cannot add another column row wise. So we have to go for next column. Then 365, you have to write 365, then 430. Like that, continuously one by one we can enter here 572, here also 572. Then this first page is over. Then come to second page 198. We can see this is the 198, that is 572. After that 198. I mean, same that first page only. Second page, you can see that this is same first page only. If first page is over, then we'll go for second page 936. So 936, then 759, then 759. Here 884. Like that, you have to add 553. This is 553. 212. Like this, we can arrange that number. Earlier it was in the different dimension, what we call it as 3 rows and 5 columns in the each page. But now what you have to do is we can reshape to be with 6 rows and 5 columns. So that is possible by make use of reshape column. Now another important cell arrays. Cell arrays are always indexed with cell. That means each cell can store an array of a different dimensions and data types. So there is a earlier we can see that only numbers we can save, but in cell array it will be in the different kind of data types you can able to store it. For that there is a keyword C cell of 5 or cell of dimension. Meaning is if I make cell of 5 means 5 by 5 matrix empty is going to be open. Or you want different dimension, suppose 3 comma 4, 3 rows, 4 columns is going to be open. Like that, there is a dimension is a scalar integer. So anything we can write there, but whatever may be the dimension, vector of integers that specifies the dimensions of cell array as a C. So in that, I will show you example. If I write cell 2 comma 5, what is meaning of 2 comma 5? 2 rows, 5 columns is going to be open as a cell array. So now we are make it as a empty cell array we created. Then we have to fill that data. As I said, cell array is not a one type of data. You can able to store the different kind of data as well. That is the case. Now I am entering the data. You can see C is a our cell name, cell array name. Now I am adding. You can see 2 rows, 5 columns. So what I am doing is one row data is red, blue, green, yellow, white I'm adding. And second row corresponding that I consider 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if I type this and enter it, it will be filled. First row will be red, blue, green, yellow, and white. And the second row is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like that, we can fill the information. Now you want to retrieve it. It is also same syntax fashion, row wise and column wise. You can retrieve. You can see that 2 ways to refer the elements of a cell array. Enclosing the first bracket, this one, to refer the set of cell, and enclosing the braces, that is curly bracket, refer to the data within the individual cell. So now in that case, we can see here, this is we are going to retrieve. Now tell me anybody what we will get the answer if I write C of 1 colon 2 comma 1 colon 2. What is your answer? Anybody? Now cell is consisting of this data. Now we have C is this one. Now let assume it is a matrix. Now what I am asking? 1 to 2 row wise, then column wise also 1 to 2. This is the what we required. Now you can see here 1 to 2 row wise and 1 to 2 column wise. You can see row wise is 1 to 2 means first row, second row. This is the data, and column wise 1 to 2. This is first column. This is the second column. Now we can see that your answer is red, blue, 1, 2. That is the way we can able to retrieve. Now, if I type this, you can see that what you call it as a 1 to 2 and 1 to 2. We get it as a answer will be this one. So this is the way cell array you can able to add and you can able to retrieve. So now we can see I am writing this one. This is the case of something if I created and then I want first row and column wise is 2, 4, 2 to 4. Now you can see your array is like this. Let us assume this is your cell array. What they are asking, first row and column is 2 to 4. What is your answer now? This is your first row. Column 2 to 4 means 1, 2. This is a 2, 3, 4. So what is your answer now? Only blue, green, yellow is your answer. So like that you can see here your answer is blue, green, yellow. So this is the way we can easily retrieve the information. Now you can see different kind of other examples as well. Friends is one cell array. In it consisting of some names. This is the one data enter. And then I want to know size of friends. So what is the meaning of size? Like length. Length will give the total, what you call it as a count, but size will give you rows and columns. Now in that how many rows are there? It is only one row is there. And how many columns are there? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So therefore 1 to 4 is going to be your answer. So one row and 4 columns. And now we can see that the fourth element of cell array is not displayed. So the because if I enter this one, suppose some friends, if we add some more kind of data, means name is given and age also is specified. If I enter the friends, it will show only the what you call it as a names, and then the third one we call it as a 1 by 2 cells, meaning is one row, two columns are available. In that case, so 1 by 2 is representing, but it is not displaying the details of that. It is showing that one row and two column of kind of data is available in that. Now, our friend's data is mentioned, suppose name, age, phone number, qualification, address, and now correspondingly output you can give it, suppose name is given as a name and age is given, then phone number, then qualification, then address, and again other name, then other age. Like that we can able to enter many number of data as well. So whether it is a 1% data or many percent data, we can able to add that. So once if you add that information, that if I enter the friends underscore data, that is your cell array name, after that we can easily get the information as well. So once if you make use of the data, and you can able to get that information. Now how to retrieve the information? Now you can see that there is a created one null 4 comma 3. What is meaning of 4 comma 3? 4 rows, 3 columns I created as one empty. Means the 4 rows, 3 columns created a empty. After that, what we can do is we can assign the individual elements of the cell array. How can assign the individual elements of cell array? A of 1 comma 2, that is equal to first row second column, and the data is, you can see I'm entering 3 comma 4. So when you enter the 3 comma 4, that is feed it into first row of second column. Now we can see this is a first row and second column. This element is filled, but inside there is a data 3 comma 4, but it is showing 1 cross 2 double. That means one row, two columns data is available. Now after that you can see A of 3 comma 2. What is A of 3 comma 2? A in that third row, second column. Now we are entering the data. What is this data? 2 by 2 matrix I'm entering. That is the reason third row of second column, it is showing that, means A consisting of say third row of second column 2 by 2 data is available. Like that, we can keep on entering the data. Now some more examples you can see. I created as a one cell 3 by 3. This is our cell 3 by 3. And now instead of entering that way, one by one element also you can possible to enter like this. So now directly we are feeding the information. So what is that? A of 1 comma 1 means first row of first column, the value is sunflower. It will be sunflower. 2 comma 1 second row of first column, there is another data, and 3 comma 1, that means third row of first column, there is another data, and rest of the columns we are not entering. That's why that will be remains in the empty only. Like that in the specific, now we can see friends having some data. In that, first friends of 1 represent the first element it will retrieve. Friends of 4, you can see this is a friends column. In that friends of 1 will give the that name, you can see that same will get it. And friends of 3, you can see that this is 1, 2, 3. There is a friends of 4, you can see friends of 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 consisting of a, there is a name and age. So that's why I given name and as well as age. So in that I want what is the name and what is the age. But it is showing, totally showing you two elements. One is name, another one is age. But in that I want to get what is the name directly. So now for that syntax, friends of 4 is that 2 is there available. In that 2, I want first one. Now 4 and 1. Now 4 of 1 will give the name and 4 of 2 will give the age. So like that, we can easily retrieve the information. Now we can see the biodata, like that student information, all things we can store it in the name, age, phone number, qualification, address, like that, and followed by the second row data, and then followed by third row and fourth row, fifth row, like that. We can keep on adding the biodata information, and any after that, or you can say that class information or student data. So your number, name, roll number, age, location, phone number, all the things we can store it, percentage, CGP, everything. If I enter, and wherever I want to retrieve the information, if I give the particular row and column, now we can see biodata of colon comma 1. What it will give colon comma 1? All rows of first column. First column represents what name. That's why all the names is going to be displayed. So like that we can able to retrieve. Now another important is the structures. Structures like a cell array only, but all that is sense, they allow grouping of different data types in a single variable called as a structure. So structure is our variable we are able to group. This is very important, especially for employees data or library books information. So what it will consisting of, suppose in a library, if you go to library, I want to search a book. So how segregation will be? Then first you have to identify the departments. So there is a lot of departments may be there. In that you have to select one department. If you go to department, then again there is a lot of specialization. So let it be as a power system, power electronics, machines, or so on and so forth. That you again you select that. In that, again different kind of publishers may be there in that particular specialization, and in that are different types of authors may be there, and the publisher year may be there. So like that, and in the specialization again books category. Suppose if the power electronics, it is not be one book, may have the different authors. So author name search you can go do it, or publisher wise you can do it, or year of publication you can do it, like volume wise you can do it, issue wise you can do. Like that, you can save the information in such a way that that way you can easily retrieve whether the book is available in the library or not. Then structure is a one variable. Now we can see I used as a struct is a variable. You can assign to that maybe any other variable name. This is simply name, but this must be as a keyword. Struct is a keyword. What we have to do is field 1 corresponding data, field 2 corresponding data, field 3 corresponding data, and so on. We have to represent all the fields with the specified data. So for example, we can see that there is a name, age, address. So I want to add that. So for that, friends is a one variable name, and structure is inbuilt function. Now I'm adding the name, age, address. See that name followed by the value. So this is a parameter corresponding answer. So this is the parameter and then answer. So in that case, what we can do is name and that corresponding name, then age value, and then address you have to give like that. So therefore what will happen in a friends, like that we may have many fields association with the structure variable name. You can see now what I'm doing, I entered the fields dot name because name, age, address I already entered. I want to retrieve the field, means the structure variable. You can observe this. Just a minute. So now we can see fields dot name. You want to retrieve names only. You just write field dot name. Another one, the age you want. Then we can write field. I mean friend, not field. Friends is our variable name. Friends dot name. Friends dot age and friends dot address. So like that, we can easily retrieve the information. Now we can see in some cases, name may be two names, maybe one nickname, something, and names is a variable. And now in that correspondingly, we have given as a two names and age corresponding age. And similarly, address you are given as address. But while you are mentioning as only the friends, our friend, this is a variable. In that, what are the fields are available, it is going to display. And in that, you want to retrieve the age, friend dot age, you can give it. So simply it will show you the age. And names, if you mention friends dot name, in that we may have two names. That's why we are getting as a two names here. And friends dot age, you will get the age. So like that, we can able to mention that. And now we'll come to the assignment of fields. So how to assign the field? Create using the fields by directly assigning the values. Now we can see MATLAB underscore book is a one main variable. In that, I want to add different books. In MATLAB, it may not be only one book. You have to go with different books. Now, MATLAB books is a variable, our main structure, you can say that. In that, one by one, I'm going to add. What is one by one? MATLAB books, author, means dot author, you give the author name, and dot price, you just enter the price name, and dot publisher, you just enter the publisher name and year of publication. So these are all the fields I'm going to add in a structure of MATLAB books. Now it is a one book we added. Then second book. How will you add the second book? Again MATLAB book only. I am going to add the next book as well. So this if I enter MATLAB book, because I entered only one book, we can get the information of that book. Simply if I enter MATLAB book, in that if we have many number of books, all the books details is going to be displayed. Because if you go to library, I want specific category, we'll go for as a that particular books or MATLAB book or something else book. Now we can see I want to add the different books as well. Book of one dot name. Mean book one, we have to give all the fields. What are field? I need name, author, price, publisher, year of publisher. Then book two, you can enter again fields. Book three, you can enter it. So like that, you can keep on enter any number of books with these fields. If you want different fields, additionally you want some more field you want to add it, and you can able to add book of one dot some field name, any field. It depends on your requirement, you can able to add the fields. Now I want second book details. Then what I will do, book is a main structure. In that book of one is first book, book of two, book of three, and so on. You have the lot more data. And represent book of three or book of two, that particular information is going to be displayed. And I don't want all the information of the book two. Suppose you want, just a minute. Yeah, tell me, Babu. Somebody? Yeah.
Yeah. The roll number one is waiting, sir, in the lobby. I guess the meeting is locked, so she's not
Yeah,
getting
I
access.
told
Yeah,
no.
I told no.
I already told no. After 9:10 I will lock.
No, sir, she actually joined in the starting only, but due to her net connection, it got ended. So,
That's what ma. When I'm taking class, it is getting disturbance. That is the reason I
yes,
locked.
sir.
Yeah, I will unlock.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Then ask to join. Yeah. So now we can see that way we can able to retrieve the information. I want only let consider the what you call it as only the book. In this second book, if I enter book of two, we'll get all the information of that book. But I want only what I call it as the name only. So names alone, book dot name. If I give in that field, so all the names is going to be displayed. So that is the reason we can see. Suppose this is the first book, and then second book, and so on. We will get the books names will be like that. Now we can see otherwise, not only the MATLAB books are in a book is a main structure. In that electronics books, again electrical books. In a electrical books, again you may have as a power electronics book, then machines book or power system books or networks books like that. You can able to add in that manner. So main is a book is a structure. We'll go for electronics. In that first book, all the details, name, author, publisher, price, and so on. And same electronic second book, you can enter the details. And similarly, in a main structure is a book. In that, instead of electronics, again I want to add the computer books. Dot computer of one, we can add all the fields. Dot computer of two, all the fields. Similarly, book dot electrical of one, first book, all the three fields. So, book dot electrical of second book, you can add. Or otherwise also in a book dot electrical dot power system dot, in that book one, there is a name, author, publisher, like that. So we can able to go in detail of that fields with different categories. We can able to enter the details. Once if you enter, if I make it as book dot electronics, and that information is going to be fields is going to be displayed. And electronics, in that only names you want dot name. In electronics, you want only the author, or you can say this is a book title you want, or book author name maybe, or publisher you can write. Then you can able to give that kind of details. So that is easy to retrieve by using the different kind of thing. So now this is the way we can able to get the information that we call it as a in the structures. So now we can see this is about second module as per our syllabus. Now we'll move on to third module as well. I will show you the third module. So now in the third module is very important. It is a what we call it as a this plots. So this is your third module. I will start the third module as well. So third module, there is a plotting. So once so far what we discussed is some data are available with you by doing calculation or matrix way fashion or whatever. Now you are doing with the data some calculation. You have the data. Now I want to represent in the different fashion. What is the different fashion? Maybe I want to plot x-axis, y-axis, or in the fashion of pie chart, or in the fashion of bar chart, or maybe something what we called as three-dimensional plots. So as well, so like that we can able to keep on represent that plots using plot command. So in that way we can easily get the information. So now we can see here there is a two-dimensional plot and three-dimensional plot, and in that basic plots is there, subplots are there, or histograms or bar chart, pie charts, and how to create your MATLAB function, I mean MATLAB file, and then how to write that function. Some cases functions also very important. The reason is if you want to write separate code and that you can call back here in the main program, like functions you can able to write it. And sub functions in a main function we may have different kind of sub functions as well. So like that, now we'll see why the plotting is different. You can notice in a graphical MATLAB visualization is this one, and you can see Excel visualization also is there, either in the MATLAB fashion or in the Excel fashion. You notice this images visualization is different. In Excel, it is not that much clarity, but if you go for MATLAB visualization, it will looks like a very good appearance. So now, in a basic plots, there is a requirement is what we need x-axis data and we need y-axis data, and you have to use as a plot is a one command. You can see plot is our command to plot the x versus y. In that, once the graph is plotted, what we required is what is the title of the plot, what is the x-axis label and y-axis label, and also legend. In the case of two or more plots is drawn in the same graph sheet, we have to segregate that into different names. Let it be as one plot is a time versus voltage, another plot is a time versus current. This if you plot both in the same graph sheet, I need to identify which one is a voltage plot and which one is a current plot. For that reason, we can see that there is a label, x-axis, and title. So you can see label axis means x label, y label, and as well as title you want to. And grid is here. In a graph sheet, you notice that suppose if I want to plot something this is a x-axis and then y-axis. By seeing that it will be only flat, but in a grid if I grid on is mentioned in the graph sheet what is having, these are all the lines will be there in the graph sheet. Now in that we can able to plot your command with something like this in a graph sheet. Now we can see first one and second one exactly same. What is the difference between first one and second one? First one is grid off. means you don't able to see the lines. Simply it will plot the x-axis, y-axis is there, corresponding points you can able to see the print. But in the make it as a grid on, then it will show you the lines as well. So that is or directly as a graph sheet in that fashion. This is the difference between grid on and grid off. Then legend. See in the legend, what we have, this is one plot, other plot may be something like this. Then if both is represented in the same graph sheet, then you may get the confusion, what is this plot and what is this plot. For that, they will show you with this color, and this is a voltage name, and some other what will have, there is a other color you can see here. I will select the color. This color will represent something current. Like that, legend will show you which plot is related to what. That is the purpose of legend. Adding the text in a described location. Suppose I want to write at this place, this is equal to something, and this place, this is equal to something. We can able to write T versus Vs, and this is maybe T versus I, whatever you want to write in the specific location, also possible by using as a adding as a text at the described location. And multiple plots also possible to plot in the same graph sheet. Now we can see there is a built-in function. There is a two-dimensional and three-dimensional parts are available in a MATLAB, and from that we can easily powerful feature in a MATLAB visualization is very good in a MATLAB plotting. And one of the most important function in a MATLAB is a plot. This PLOT is a inbuilt function. You can use plot t comma v, or t comma sine omega t, or whatever you want to plot. Plot is a one command, x values and y values. If I write plot x comma y, x may have some values, let it be 1 to 10 is x having, y is equal to x square. If I write plot x comma y, then automatically you will get the plot. That much easy. In a MATLAB, you want to plot some data related to data, you want to plot something, then it automatically plot you. Simple example, x is 1 to 10, we are representing x values, and then 1 to 10, how many values we may have, what is x values, x is 1 2 3 up to 10 values. And if I write y is equal to x square, then each value of x you are going to calculate the y, and y may having 10 values, and x versus y, then for that plot x comma y, automatically plot is going to be display for you. Now you can see simple example. There is a two plots here. First one is a plot one, another one is a another plot. So in a plot one and plot two, different is in a MATLAB we have user defined what you call it as symbols or colors or style or a model, like that you can able to get different style of plots. By default in a MATLAB, default color is blue, and line is a solid line. It will not be break line or dotted line or something. The output will be the continuous solid line, will be the default. But anything you want to change is there. Lot of provision is there to change the lines or style or marker or width of the line. Everything is possible in a MATLAB. Let consider y is equal to 3x plus 7, then y versus x, then what will happen? This will be x is equal to 0 to 10. So now I'm giving as x value is 0 to 10 with increment of 0.1. Then what is the expected value? Mhm. You can say something. Anybody? What is the expected values of x now? 0 first value, then point 0.1, point 0.2, point 0.3, and so on up to 10. That is the x-axis. Then correspondingly, I am calculating the y. Y is equal to 3x plus 7. Then we may have y values as well. Now, if I write plot x comma y, then what it will give? Plot x comma y. Each value of x means x is equal to 0. What is the y we are calculating? X is zero point 0.1. What is the y? And x is 0.2, 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and so on. How many? Up to 10. So for the each value of x, we are calculating as a y. Therefore, you can easily plot x comma y. So this is the general plot. Once if I write x comma y, you will get that. But say you can see the next one. What is the different of that? We can observe that plot x comma y, but dot dot within a colon. I mentioned dot. I mean dash dash. So what it means is I want to plot x comma y only, but with the dotted line. So what is this dotted line meaning? The line should not be as a solid line. I am going to represent in the different style. Dot dot dot. So this is one other style. So like that, we have a lot of features. I want to change the color, or I want to change the width of that, or you can able to make use of things. So in that case, we can see the what you call it as different types of the plots. Now you can see this is very important table you must remember. So what is this thing is we can able to identify different colors and different style, everything we can able to see. So in that case, what I mention is just a minute. Here, minute. See, there is a B is a blue, G is a green, R is a red, and C is a cyan. Like that, you have as a inbuilt parameters. This we call it as a symbols. Corresponding colors are this one. So K, if I mention black, or Y, it is a blue, C is a cyan. Like that, you can able to get the different colors by specifying what you call it as a with different colors. And other one marker, you can see in the different plots, you may have instead of dotted line, and you may required as a something square, and or something triangular, or something symbol. With different symbols we can easily get the details. So once if you get the details, oh, means if I use D, diamond will get, or if I use X, cross mark is going to be. So like that, we can able to change your no marker, and then solid line or dotted line or dashed or something like this we can. Now we can see the example. What we are expecting by writing this thing. Anybody? So by writing this one, we can easily identify what is your expected plot. So first one, you can see the plot x comma y r dot. What is meaning of that? Anybody? What is meaning of r dot? So that is a red color, and then you can see that dot lines. We will get red color and dotted line. So in that fashion, we can easily get another plot. You can see that x comma y g circle. So that means green color circle. X comma y, y greater than symbol. So if I use that kind, what will get it as a the plant styles are with specifying the colors is going to be modified. So in that fashion, we can see what will happen. So now plot x comma y comma r. So that meaning is it is showing a red solid line and x comma y colon. What is meaning? Color will be, anybody tell me what is the color now? Anybody? What is the color in this? I am not specifying color, but if I execute this, what color it will be?
So it'll be blue, the default color.
Yeah, that is the reason. So we'll get the blue, but line is not solid line. It will show you this dotted line. That is the thing. Now plot x comma y b dash dash means blue color and dotted lines will be there. And then plus plus symbol. So with plus symbols, it is going to be marked. Now another labels, title, legend, and text objects you want to specify. In this case, what you will do is X label, whatever you want to write in, suppose this is your plot, I want to show you what you want to specify X axis, Y axis, and then legends I shown you what are the color different types. So in that X label is a keyword to represent the X axis, Y label is representing Y axis, and title, suppose this plot is related to what? Voltage versus current, or power versus efficiency, or torque versus current, like that. So you'll get the title of the plot. And then text, you want to display something in that position, you can easily represent that well as well. Now we can see this graph. How this plots is happened? I given x-axis data, y-axis data I have given, and plot x comma y. I'm not specifying what type of color and what style, all these things, and I'm not also specified what is x label, y label, legend, title, everything I'm not specified. So that is the reason. Simply there is a uh, specifying the graph. So in that 2004, 85, 2005, 100, something placement data or something, you can get that, then it will be plotting directly this ordinary plot. Now, what is this plot? You may ask, question, plot for y is equal to sin x. That I want. So sin x plot I want to represent how many cycle they have given t interval 0 to 0.04 seconds. In that case, what we can do is 0 to 0.04 seconds means 2 cycles. Why I call it as a 2 cycles? It is anybody? Why it is a 2 cycles? Because one full cycle is nothing but a point not two. Reason is it is a sine 50 edge supply, then time is t is equal to 1 by f. So that is equal to 1 by 50. That is nothing but a point not 2. So point not 2 seconds is nothing but a one full cycle. So here if I give t is equal to 0 to point not 4, that is nothing but a two full cycles. So that is the reason we can easily get that 2 cycles. So now, once if I specify t and sin x, what is x here? Omega t. And what is omega? 2 pi f. Omega is 2 pi f. So you calculate that first, and y is equal to sin x if you write. Now I know t value, I know y value, plot t comma y. Then you can see how to write a code. F50, I want omega 2 pi f, you write it directly. And t, what is t? 0 to 0.4 they have given, 0 to 0.4, but I want more number of points in x-axis, just make it as incremented by 1 e power minus 3, or minus 2, or minus 1, anything, or 0.1, 0.02, or anything, you can give it. If you have more values, we'll get it as a, what you call it as a, more points in x-axis. Now, once if you know t, you are to calculate x. What is x? Omega t. Omega you already calculated, and just multiply by t, we'll get it as x. Then y is equal to sin x, then plot x t comma y. So we'll get this kind of plot. So now once if you know what you call it as this plot, we can easily plot any other plots as well. Now the question, in exam also, I will ask you to plot or write a program to plot current waveform, or maybe voltage waveform, or whatever function if I give you have to plot for this commands. That is the reason. Now we can see here, what is I of t. So I of t is nothing but a, mm, so we can see that current voltage relation is given one something. This is I of t is equal to 0.1 e power 0.2 sin 3t minus 1. Then the time is 0 to 10 seconds. Now we can write t is equal to 0 to 10 second, with incremented is your choice. How much you want, you can give it. Now I know t. What I want to calculate, I of t, I want to calculate. If I know t, simply substitute that t value in that expression, we'll get as I of t. So I of t is equal to, what is given? 0.1 and dot. So here multiplication, each value of t you want to multiply. That is the reason I want to place as a dot here. Then multiplication. E is there in a matrix. E is nothing but exp, exponential, and then this value 0.2 sin 3t, 0.2 sin 3t. So wherever operation is there, you must provide the dot. The reason is it is not a one value of t you are going to calculate, but when you don't want to use the dot is, instead of this, if you go for as a for loop, for suppose I is equal to 1, 2, something increment value, you can give it 1 e power minus 3 and up to 10. If I give this way, each value of I you are going to calculate I of t and so on. In that case, we don't require dot. But now I am using as a directly vector. There each value will be there with incremented of something. Then you have to use as a dot notation. Now we calculated I of t as well. Once if you know I of t as well as the t, I want to plot. Now directly if I give plot t comma I of t, this thing will get it as a plot. But now other parameters grid is given. What is meaning, as I told previous slide, grid on means lines will be displayed. If I'm not specified grid, then it is a grid of mode, then plain graph sheet it will get it. And then I give an X label, then there is a Y label. So in that case, we can able to plot. Now this is the difference between previous plot and this plot. Previous plot is a plain graph sheet. Now as I used as a grid on or a grid, that shows the lines is going to be visible. That is the different. We can see other thing, formatting the plot as well. Now, in a formatting plot, so far we have seen the basic plot without any, width, font style, color, marker, all these things are not incorporated. Now, we'll see this one. What is this? T comma Y, G star is 1 and K O is or 0 is 1. So, what is the meaning of this? Green with star color, black with the 000. So, that type of what you call it as the lines will be different. Now like that we may have x comma y flat and the line specifier you can give, and then property name and property value, like that many features I will show you one by one. These are the features as I discussed. Marker style. These are the marker style, and then color this, and then line style. You can give it like this. We can able to represent these things. Now plot x comma y, plot x comma y r, and c dot. Now we can see what is your result of this. Same data x comma y you have, or you enter as a vector x vector y vector and try to use this plot command with different plot command and run it. You will get the different type of plots. You can easily observe if I used something change, what will get it as a plot. Now when beauty of this, you can see this also sine wave, previous thing also sine wave, but what is the different, you can see f is given 50 h omega also 2 pi f. T is again 2 full cycles. Point I mean 0 to point not 4 is a full cycle. Y is equal to sine omega t. Up to this is exactly same as previous code only. Only plot command I added many of the features. What is the feature? You can see t comma y as usual means uh, with respect to time, what is the sine omega t, that we got it as a plot. In that, what type? Dash dash r s. So r represent the red color, s represent the square. You can see that. Now dotted dot is mentioned here. Dash dash means the line is red is showing as a dotted dot 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 like this, and S is there. What is S? This points is specified as a square. As per this, you can see here, if I use the S symbol, earlier also I shown you square, you can see S is nothing but a square. If I use S replace with the D, that will be diamond symbol, or V, that will be as a triangle in the downward side. So like that, we have all inbuilt symbol. Using this symbol, we can able to represent your values. So now what I used here, S is used square. So okay, let it be, got it as a square. But after that, we can notice one more thing. In a square, what is happening is there is a face color as well as the edge color. You can see face edge color is K, and then face color is a G, and then marker size is a 8. Now in a square, base color is the green, means inside you are filling that with green, and border you can cleanly observe outer border. Inside is a green, but the line border is showing as a K, that is a black. So this is the, and then the size, you can see that marker size is 8. You want to make it 12, it will be little bit bigger size, something like that. So it is very user defined and friendly. We can able to get it as a different colors. So now we can see a red color and then square points and so on. Now, I will show you another plot, 2D plot only. What we have is V sine omega t and I is equal to 2 sine omega t minus phi. Let phi is equal to 30 degrees. How to plot it? Now, what we required is there is a V is equal to sine omega t. First, what we require t. T is point, 0 to point not 4. That is a t, and after that f is equal to 50h, omega is equal to 2 pi f, and phi is equal to pi by 3. What is phi? It is the inbuilt. Phi is nothing but a 180 degrees. So that is the reason instead of this phi, it is inbuilt phi is mentioned pi by 3. Now I want to plot what? Voltage plot as well as the current plot. So in a voltage plot, V is equal to 5 sine omega t is already mentioned in voltage plot, 5 sine omega t. That's the reason I make it as a 5 into sine and omega t. And current also is given 2 into and sine omega t minus 5. Sine, 2 sine omega t minus 5, because 5 I used already variable. Therefore, what we can get it as a, I will get as I is equal to this. Now I know voltage, I know current. Now I go for as a plot. what are the plots I want to do in a same graph sheet. This is a T. In a y-axis, I want to plot voltage, yeah, voltage as well as the current. Both plots I want to display you. In that case, what I can give is plot command. You can see plot P comma V is a one plot, P comma I is a another plot, but I am not giving any additional features here. You will get ordinary plot, and I'm giving title as well, multiple plots using plot command. Suppose any title within a colon, if you write anything, that will be displayed as a title. Then X label, X axis is the time in seconds, and what is Y label? They mention voltage and current, and also I on the grid. Then what will happen? The lines also is possible to see it. Now, what is this? You can see one difficulty in this case. I plotted two plots. Let it be voltage plot as well as the current plot. In a voltage and current plot, I don't know this plot is related to what, this plot is related to what, because it is both is plotted in a same graph sheet, but with different. Why this is a green, this is a blue? As I said, by default color is a blue if it is one plot. If it is a multiple plots, if you not specify any color, randomly it will take the colors as per their wish. So that is the reason we can, if you specify something, it will be possible. But now what is happening? There is a voltage waveform and then current waveform. By sense, we can observe which one is voltage and which one is current. But because what is sense is current is less, no? Anyhow, voltage is more and current is less here. Then it is a phase shift also there. They mention phi is equal to something. Then we can easily identify. But strictly speaking, we don't know which one is the voltage waveform or which one is the current one. For that reason, if you use the legend, automatically it will show you voltage is this one and current is this one, like that. You can able to use the legend command also. Now, and otherwise also, I want to type some matter like this. Let in that plot, there, suppose here, I want to write this is a voltage and this is a current, something position, wherever you want to type. That is possible by make use of a G text. G text, whatever you write within a colon, cursor will move wherever. If you put the cursor and click there, automatically that is going to be display on the screen or in that plot. As usual, I'm drawing the two plots. Let it be T, F, omega, pi, same plot I'm showing you. And voltage is one, then G text, hold on, it will wait. And this I want to write something wherever you required. What I'm writing, V is equal to sine omega t. Therefore, if you click there, you will get it as a sine omega t. And after that, again, a second plot will be there, and it will show you V2 is equal to cos omega t, wherever you want to, it will be there. So that's what I'm showing you. Just after first execution, first plot will be displayed because I'm not using any color, all these things at a time. I taken as a separate V1 plot as well. This is the V1 plot, this is a V2 plot. Now V1 is displayed and it wait for your cursor. If you move this cursor this side or up or down, then automatically cursor is going to be moved, and this position, this crossing position, if you click, then it will getting whatever you want. So V1 is equal to sine omega t. Again, second plot will be there, and wherever if you click, V2 is equal to cos omega t, it is going to be represented as a V2 is cos omega t. Like that, the G text advantage. And other possible option also there, that we call it as a line. So line is also like a plot. You can able to use the line command as well. Using line command also, you can able to plot. That is one example I will show you here. First, what I used as a plot command. Using plot command, we are able to find one plot. Then line command also you can use to get the another plot. So like that, there is alternate for the plot command you can use as a line command as well. So again, title, X label, Y label, grid, legend. You can see the advantage of this. If I use legend command, what is happening? Which line is what? Now, dotted line it is showing that is nothing but a V1 equation means sine omega t, and a solid line it is showing that is a V2. So, if multiple plots are there in a graph sheet, we can easily identify, you know, this is related to sine or related to cos or something. That is the advantage of that. Now, that's what I shown you legend and the legend position also. Suppose here is a V1, here is a V2, and here maybe V3 and so on, but position is there. This position represent, suppose this is a graph sheet and graph may be there, this fashion or whatever. And a legend, earlier I shown you here is a legend, but not only there, you want to place here is legend, here is also possible, here is middle or right, left, wherever you want based on your requirement or based on the plotting. Some plots it is covering this edges. Then if you cannot use the legend here because it will graph is not possible to see you if you paste something there over the graph. That's the reason the positions, different numbers, different positions is possible. Now we can see if I use one, where it will be a position upper right corner. So here is a the right corner. If I use two, upper left corner it will be, and the lower left. So lower left. If I place four, we'll get lower right. Why I'm using the different places, the reason behind, if I place here, this plot is going to be covered. And if I place here, it will be covered. And if I place here, it will be covered. Like that, wherever it is free space is there, based on that plot, you can write a number there in the position place. If I use either BL, BC, BR or any numbering wise also, value or a number, anything is fine, and that will be replaced in the appropriate place. Now we can see here, subplot is another requirement. So what is this subplot is here? In a main plot, many number of plots I want to see at the same graph sheet. Suppose in the previous plot you can see here, let assume that what is happening is here, these are the two plots. I don't want to see two plots in a one graph sheet. I want to divide the graph sheet like this, half of. So first plot I want to draw like this, and second plot in this position you may be required something plot. So we want to different division. So in that there is a page we are dividing as per your requirement. Suppose I want to see four plots in the same graph sheet. Either I can divide like this. Here is one plot, second plot, third plot, fourth plot. Like that also possible. Or I want only two plots like this. This is one plot, this is two plot. Like that, division is row wise and column wise. You have to divide your matrix in terms of the row and in terms of the column so that it is easy for you to represent the plots in the same graph sheet. Now we can see subplot PQR. What is meaning of that is P is the number of rows, Q number of columns, and R position 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose 2 cross 2 means your graph is dividing 2 rows, 2 columns. Then position is 1, this is a position 2, position 3, position 4. So like that, we can able to divide your plot. Now you want to plot, suppose one plot is here, what I will write is subplot of 2 comma 2 comma 1 and plot T comma V. Then that plot will be placed here. And I want to place one more plot in this position. What you will write is subplot of second 2 comma 2 in the second plot. That will be. And here I want to paste a subplot of 2 comma 2 comma 3. What is meaning of 2 comma 2? Two rows, two columns you have to divide, and in that third position you have to make it. That is only the simple logic. Now we can see the explanation. How many plots in this? Two rows, one column. That means your graph sheet will be like this. Like this. This is a first row, first, second row. Two rows is over, one column only. In that, one meaning is here is going to be paste. And 2 comma 1 comma 2 means here I am going to paste. That is a plot 3 comma I. Then you are able to get your plot command is T comma I. So whatever T comma V or T comma whatever plot where it will be pasted is in this position. That is what the intention of subplots. Now you can see same previous graph only program everything is same, but what I added is subplot. Subplot is like this. First I divide the page, two rows, one column. This is a because 2 comma 1 means two rows, one row, second row, two rows and only one column. This is a one column. In that, first plot is what? T comma V1. So this is a first plot. And another plot 2 comma 1 comma 2. Second plot, whatever may be the plot, it may be sine or cos or some other x, y, z something. We can easily represent that in this fashion. And similarly, what happened this? Why these are all empties? Only one plot is displayed in this position. What is the reason behind? Anybody? Anybody can answer this? Now we can see first division. What I did, this program is as usual, no change. T, F, V, pi or something, V1 is sin omega t, V2 is cos omega t. Now the division you can see. Subplot 2 comma 2 comma 3. Meaning is I am dividing this graph four parts, two rows and two columns. This is a one row. You can see the row one, row two. We divided in turn because 2 comma 2 meaning is like this. And this is a position 1, position 2, position 3, position 4. Then I use only one graph, this one, V1 comma V2. Color is green, lines are dash dash. So mean a discontinuity lines. Then X label, Y label, grid as usual. Now, in the third position only, I used this. That's why 1, 2, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So therefore, in the third position, whatever plot V1 comma V2, it will be placed. Rest of the things I'm not used. That's why that will be as a now, logarithmic, I mean, not only the plots, you can semi-log graph sheet, log graph sheets. Like that, we can able to use by changing the, instead of plot, you can use as a semi-log or log plots automatically. You can see same problem using the different plots. You can see, suppose problem is this one. I write the x-axis, line space. What is the use of line space? Instead of using x is equal to 1 colon point 1 not 1 colon suppose 10. In that way is we can use it. Otherwise also I want 1000 values between 0 between point 1 to 60. You write that 0.12 comma 60 comma 1000 values. If you write, you will get it as a 1000 values. Each value of x, you can calculate the y. And then subplots I divided two rows, two column. In the first plot x comma y, I write x label, y label, all these things. And subplot 2 comma 2 is fixed for all the cases. And second position, you make it because I divided four partition. That's why 2 comma 2 is fixed. If I need only three plots, what I can write 3 comma 1 I can use because three rows and one different partition. That depends. And semi-log you can use it, and log plots or whatever you want to use. You can see this is first plot, second plot, third plot, fourth plot in a same graph sheet. we can able to draw any number of plots depends upon our subplots. So this is the about today's class, and we are almost half of the third module also completed. In the next class, we'll see pie chart, bar chart, all these things. Then we'll move on to another module. And then tomorrow we don't have class because we are almost third module is off completed, and we may have only two more days, and we'll complete it soon. So you have any doubt, you ask me now, and try to join in time, at least 5-10 minutes. You have to join, then I will log the meeting. Otherwise, it is disturbing sound every time is asking to admit or something. That's why I locked it today and try to admit. And I am telling once again, those who are having attendance percentage is greater than 85 percentage only, I will allow you to write the exam. From those, after writing exam, if you get the marks above 60 percentage, then only you will get the certificate. If you not receive certificate, you are not eligible to claim the internship. In the end of the third semester, internship will be the zero. If you not pass that credits, your degree will not be. So that take serious. And if you're not joined here, you'll do outside also, you can complete it.